I'm pretty tired. I gotta go to bed.
We just got back from the Game Awards, and something amazing happened at the Game Awards.
Shaq Fu 2 official.
Remember when Shaq came out and I was like, what? Do people actually want this game?
Mm-hmm. I checked under my chair for my free copy of 1.
Uh-huh.
James, what happened?
They're doing Psychonauts 2. They're doing Psychonauts 2.
What's Psychonauts?
I noticed you didn't cry. I noticed you didn't cry during Psychonauts 2 announcement.
I barely even noticed the announcement.
Are you even a real gamer? Yeah. So they're doing Psychonauts 2. Tim Schafer came out and said he's going to do Psychonauts 2. Well, if it gets crowdfunded. As of this recording, we just got back, and as of this recording, it's at $487,000 of a wanted $3.3 million.
$3.3 million, which is what they had to make the first game.
Which is, just for the record, without me having contributed anything yet. So it'll probably go up pretty significant tick once I check our bank accounts and see just basically what I can throw at it.
What is Psychonauts to you?
So Psychonauts, I think, is it's kind of weird. Psychonauts, as most of you know, is my favorite game. And the only reason I can say it's my favorite game is because when people ask me what my favorite game is, I always think of Psychonauts. I remember when I played it on Xbox, and I had already heard that it was really good. It had already gotten really, really good reviews. And so I bought it. I bought a copy of it, and I played it, and I was like, laughing the whole time. Are you bored already? She's walking away. Oh, you're getting it. I was laughing the whole time. I was having a thoroughly enjoyable time. There's a progression system where you gain powers and everything. Every single level was different, but kind of the same. This is my Xbox copy of Psychonauts that I bought from a GameStop. That's my signed poster of Psychonauts, signed by Tim Schafer, that one of my best friends, Kevin, got for me because he knows I'm a big nerd. And so the game itself, I played it at a perfect time. If I think about my favorite game, I think Psychonauts, and then I also think Super Mario 64. And it's funny because neither of those games are perfect. Better versions of Super Mario 64 have come out since, but at the time they were just they were absolutely as best as you could do in that genre when they came out.
Well, and games like this aren't made anymore.
Yeah, I mean, they're really not. And again, Psychonauts came out at a time when they were just hey, throw everything on the pile of third-person action platformer, like Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong 3D, what is it, Donkey Kong? Whatever, Donkey Kong 64. All of those games, they just threw things out there, and they're hey, just make a third-person perspective, make you jump around, make you collect stuff. Yeah. But this game had a story. It had a genuinely good sense of humor. It clearly kind of knew what I was into, because for those of you who haven't played it, there's a whole level where you play as a Godzilla type monster.
Yeah.
But then beyond that, there's a whole nother level where you're playing in the mind of a crazy actress who imagines her world as a stage. And it was just one of those things where I was it's so unfortunate that we're not going to see more of this, because it's a perfect game. It could go forever, for as long as you can keep thinking about what makes someone's mind the way it is and how you want to represent it.
Well, and it's a really long running inside joke in your community that you love Psychonauts.
Yeah.
And that you have been pulling for Psychonauts 2, and you've been jockeying for a role in Psychonauts 2 for yourself.
That's part of it. I mean, for the longest time, I've been there's so many worthless sequels out there. Sequels that don't need to be made. And Psychonauts 2 is the kind of game that could be made over and over again forever and ever, just because of the creativity, in my opinion. I was for a while, I was if they don't make a game, they should at least do a Saturday morning cartoon or a comic or something. There's a world there, and it's just huge, and it's fun to experience and explore. But now they're actually making a Psychonauts 2.
They're actually making a Psychonauts 2. What was your reaction when you went? So we were sitting at the Game Awards, and the trailer comes up,
but they don't say what it is. It didn't say
No.
Double Fine.
Yeah.
It didn't say anything.
So what was your first initial reaction as you were watching these images laid out before you?
I thought, because based off the graphics, everything else they had been showing, like the way games look, you don't normally see cartoony graphics. But it was just two silhouettes. I haven't watched the trailer since. I need to go do that as soon as we're done here. But it was just two silhouettes, kind of a military thing. My first thought was like some sort of mobile game. I think they had just recently shown the trailer for the Tron running game. And so I was like, some sort of mobile battle game, it looked like. And then you lean over to me and you go, "Is that Timothy Dalton?" To the voice.
I knew that I recognized the voice.
Yeah. So then, but when you said that,
I couldn't tell what from.
But when you said that, I was like, I started really paying attention. I was like listening to it, and then I was like watching it, and it talks about like there's an island. We have to attack the island. Oh, well, we can't because there's something here. And then there was a point where they said, well, we'll attack it by air. And they said, we can't. There's homing missiles surrounding the... Like, it was just like any excuse that they could throw at it. And I actually laughed. Like, I genuinely was like, oh, that's funny. But I also was like, it's a shame that whatever this is a trailer for will not nearly be as interesting as what it actually is, I'm sure. But then he said, and it's controlled by a little girl who is dreaming and thinks they're sheep, and I was like, that sounds like it should be a Psychonaut. My immediate reaction is like, that sounds like it should be a Psychonauts level. And then they were like, we need someone that can handle this, and I was like, fuck me, like, god damn it. And I think by that point you were like, I think this might be something, but I was like, no way.
I thought it was something for a franchise that we knew. I didn't know what it was.
By that point, my brain had pieced all the things. I was like, the art style, like the sense of humor, the references that they're making to people's brains, the boner that I had, my giant erection, and I was like, holy
But I mean,
fucking
it could have just
shit.
been the Game Awards.
Could have just been the Game Awards, and then of course he goes the Psychonauts, and then there's parts of the trailer that I missed because I couldn't. I didn't go to the Game Awards expecting Psychonauts 2 to be announced.
If you look on Twitter, there is a picture that I took, and it is a genuine picture. People probably look at it and think like
I did not pose for that picture.
Cause
I saw it when I got a notification on my phone that said I had been tagged in a tweet.
He didn't freak out. You didn't freak out. You just kind of did this like thing where your whole body reacted.
Yeah. What I was thinking was I want to roll into the aisle. I was like, I want to just go down into the aisle, but then I was like, I'm not gonna make an ass of myself.
Well, that's the thing is, I was like, I feel like this is such a big deal. This is a really narcissistic thing to say, but it's a big deal for you as much as it. I mean, it's something you associate yourself with a lot.
Yeah.
But it was also a big deal for our friends in the audience that know that you love Psychonauts.
It was a weird situation because we were there with Adam, Lawrence, Stephanie, Bruce.
And they were all like Stephanie started tweeting. It was
we knew a lot of
James
people that were there.
Yeah.
But none of us were sitting together.
Yeah.
We were all sitting all over the place. And then you started getting text messages from these people going, how is, like...
How is he reacting?
And then I have to go on Twitter to see what people are saying, and then by that point it was just
and then somebody said that in the Twitch stream people were like, oh my god, James, which is nuts that there'd be people in the Twitch stream for the Game Awards that would know that you like.
I like to think that I've built a pretty strong association with the game, and sometimes people build strong associations with things that they don't necessarily love, they just get associated with. But if I have a strong association, if you Google Psychonauts and then you scroll down far enough and then there's a picture of me ranting about it or something, I'm totally okay with that.
Where did the talking toilet come from?
So there was an open house that we did in like March, maybe, when we were in that first office. There was an open house, and I think someone asked a question. They were like, if you could do a voice in any game, like who would you do? Like, or if you play a character in any game. And my genuine answer, and generally I'm not very genuine in open house, I'm generally more concerned about being funny, but I took a moment to turn to the camera and say, I would love to be if Psychonauts ever became a thing. Well, yeah, but like if it ever became a thing again, and whatever it was, like I would love to be a voice in that game. And I'm not a voice actor. but I would love to participate in it and in any way possible. And I said, even if that just means voicing a toilet, like in the game, give me the lowest common denominator you could possibly find. I will voice a toilet.
Toilet arms.
In Psychonauts 2 or Psychonauts whatever or anything, because I would love to be a part of something that I am so invested in. Yeah.
I mean, I think that would be amazing if it were to happen. I think people would.
Well, the weird thing is after that happened, Tim Schafer then, I guess someone sent him that video, and he was like, "Oh, well, maybe we could use a toilet sometime," but I don't think he realized what he was getting into. So I'm officially starting my campaign to voice any sort of thing.
I mean, it blew my mind that the Layers of Fear developers put Furboy like that into Layers of Fear. That to me was insane.
Yeah.
But could you imagine, like?
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't. I'm thinking beyond my.
You're thinking beyond your station.
I'm thinking beyond myself. Do I think that I deserve to necessarily be in Psychonauts 2 just because I champion it all the time? No, I don't think so. Because I think the best of the best are involved in Psychonauts 2. Thank you. Okay, I can hear you. Why are you whispering into my ear? Whisper to them.
He's just not that popular,
anyway, but
really.
I am officially starting my campaign. Just put Game Awards is the greatest show on earth.
Videos on YouTube.
We met someone afterwards and they were like, "So what'd you think of the Game Awards show?" And I was like, "I only remember one part. I only really remember one part."
There it is, poster, Psychonauts 2.
Yeah, I have it open right on the other
What if
screen.
you die before Psychonauts 2 comes out?
Real quick, do you think we'll all be like, ask Tim Schafer to come with a build of the game?
Yeah.
Before it's done?
Make a wish. John Cena will present you with the build of Psychonauts 2.
It'd be like a dream. The only negative in this whole situation, the only negative.
There's gotta be a negative.
There is. Because I watched the Fig video, their campaign video.
Oh.
This is bullshit, by the way. This is horse
No,
shit.
it couldn't have worked out better.
This is horse shit.
It's the perfect...
Go watch the video for the campaign thing. Contribute to Psychonauts. But Tim Schafer in the video is scrolling through all the tweets that he references getting tweets all the time from Psychonauts or whatever. And it shows a close-up of his phone. And motherfucker, the tweet that he fucking references is Adam Kovic making a joke about Notch's house at my expense. A joke which he made to mock me is what he did. And that's what he references. That's the main thing right in the goddamn thing.
Kobe spitting fire!
And even in the tweet, he @tags Just Riggs, which was my old Twitter name. So it's not even my name there anymore. It's the worst.
It couldn't have worked out better.
His fucking face. I love Adam. But I almost murdered him. I almost murdered him in cold blood in the Game Awards during a Dead Mouse concert.
I actually felt like kind of bad. I think it's probably the funniest outcome that could have happened. But I know how much you love Psychonauts. But
I tweeted Tim Schafer like all the time.
I know.
See, hold on, right here, all of those things up there.
Oh yeah.
That's $70 worth of Psychonauts figurines.
Yeah, half of that shelf is Wind Waker figurines, which are mine.
Yeah. And
the other half is Psychonauts, which are his.
Because every single PAX I would go to the Double Fine booth. I would ask if they had any of the T-shirts, and they would always say no. But then they released the little figures, and you can get them in mystery boxes. And I was like, oh well, maybe I'll just get one. And they were like, but you don't know which one you're gonna get. And so I was like, fuck it, just give me it. You could buy them all, and then they would make sure you got one of each. And I was like, give me them all.
Must be nice.
Well, by the time you see this, I'll be an official investor in Psychonauts 2. And I hope you join me. I really hope you join me.
What a great...
It has to hit the money first.
What a great announcement. It's like somebody tweeted at us. Sorry, I don't remember who. But it might have been Laurel. I don't remember. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. But then said, I got my Twilight Princess HD announcement.
Oh, yeah.
And you got Psychonauts 2. Yeah. Which, not
I think it's Lauren.
In HD remake isn't like or remaster isn't my, you know.
Well, you got Shadow Complex remastered.
I got Shadow Complex.
And I got Psychonauts too.
But I'm genuinely excited.
Thank you. I want to thank everybody who ever bought it for 99 cents and tweeted me. And feel free to continue tweeting me. If you donate, feel free to tweet me. I am super excited.
There aren't enough games that exist like this, and they don't get made that much anymore.
Yeah.
So this is a great day.
It's a game. It's a genuine game. It can only be a game.
It is a great day for Canada and therefore the world.
I'm really happy. I'm gonna go to sleep with a smile on my face.
I'm gonna eat this.
You're gonna eat. Don't eat that. Don't eat that. That's an original. Hold on. Look, I still have the instruction manual on that too.
I'm too young and millennial. I don't know what instruction booklets are.
Advent Rising coming soon. I hope that does well.
I can't wait.
Oh boy.
Anyway, this video is dragging.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for Psychonauts 2. You should be really excited for Psychonauts 2. Don't bother Tim Schafer, but if you can figure out a good way to kind of remind him just how interested I am in being involved.
James in Psychonauts 2.
This is kind of going to be my mission for the next year or
You're
whatever.
gonna lose your job because you focus so much on this.
I found a new job, and it's voicing a toilet in Psychonauts 2. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I big ball of energy, and I just wanted to
Big
share
balls.
it.
Good night, big balls.
Bye. Thanks, everybody. Donate.